finished the book, The Power of Being an Invalid. And I can't go too much further into it because I don't want to plagiarize. I'm really just reviewing it and doing, my version of an editorial on the matter. But there are a couple of quotes out of here that I want to leave with you guys, especially those of you who wouldn't read a book if it walked up and bit you between the butt cheeks. These are things that the some of the abductees, might as well say it, abductees. I know that people prefer experiencers because that's the more PC, polite sounding word, but let's face it, if you're taken against your will, you're an abductee. Okay, so the aliens are pretty much testing one subject to see if they can tell the difference between their late generation hybrids and us, the regular people. And it's communicated to this person that in the end, the only way to tell the difference between them is to look at your aura. This person called it an energy field, but judging by the description, I'm pretty sure they're talking about the aura, which, you see the aura, you can see things like people's history or whatever. And this person said, but I can't see it. I can't see it on anybody, but there's going to be a few people that can see it and will know. This is crazy. The ones that can see it or can distinguish, those who can see the energy field and can know the difference and would have and here's the key part, would have an uprising about it, then would be subsequently terminated. And another abductee is discussing because they're being shown propaganda films, basically. I mean, a couple of them even recognized they were propaganda films. So, his personal hybrid's talking to him, and he says, "Do you see this?" And he's like, "What, your arm?" He says, "Never mind." I said, "No, tell me, what are the aliens doing?" And he's saying all they're interested in, that no matter what happens at all, is that they control. So peaceful. The back end of the book gets pretty deep and heavy and talks about domestic abuse, actually, with hybrids and their human subjects, and some other things. I've actually reached out to Dr. Jacobs again, knowing I will not get an answer about the domestic violence part, because that's something that people always gloss over, and that's important. According to the book, some of the subjects would ask the more full up aliens, "Why are you letting the hybrids beat me up like this?" And the aliens said, "Because it's necessary." So peaceful. And nowhere in here does he mention councils. He does mention what he calls positives, which are people who want to put a positive spin on everything instead of just looking at the facts, and how they will tell themselves things. And he talks about scenarios that were council-like, or reminded me a lot of what some of the some people experience without getting hypnosis to find out the truth behind it. And they go, "What, this happened to me?" And it turns out to be screen memories. It turns out they were scenarios being played out by the aliens. I found that pretty interesting. There were some events in here that matched my teen memories very closely of dealing with what I thought was my spirit guides, angels, whatever. I never really had a name for them. And my succubus George matched it perfectly, actually, with George, like down to the propaganda film. So there was some confirmation there for me, and a little bit of whoa, eye opener there. But most of all, it was really good. Even if you're not trained, if you just pay attention, you can outline the culture of what it's like for the hybrids in the program. Their lives are miserable. Their lives are restrained. They kind of, the only way I can describe it is these aliens are fucking morons. I knew they were kind of stupid, but they're ethnocentric idiots. They step in, they're like, "Oh, these people are compatible. Let's do something and do the backdoor takeover scheme with these people and create hybrids without absolutely knowing a damn thing about culture, because we're fucking morons." And they've got these abusive little pricks that are out of control in their program that they have to do these things, like let them beat up other people for emotional catharsis, the kids are complaining about being considered robots to the humans, and they're miserable. So that you've got basically this race of child molesting Nazi utopians that the aliens have created, and I fail to see how that's very intelligent or even peaceful. One of the stupidest things you can do in the galaxy, really. Irresponsible is all fuck. I don't even, I knew that they were, I knew that the aliens had their feelings. I mean, yeah, they got all this technology that, they kind of strike me of what, as to what Rome would have ended up with if it hadn't fallen. A lot of people don't realize this, but Rome, although they loved their Greek art and they loved this and they loved that, they weren't artists themselves. They focused strictly on the sciences, and they were not holistic with their learning. And I've kind of always known that the aliens were like that, and that impression has been completely reinforced. They are ethnocentric assholes, and I have no better way to put it. Come talk to me about peaceful aliens all you want, unless you've actually been through an experienced hypnosis session, you get behind these things you recall. Unless and I don't mean somebody who already had a positive spin. I mean actual fair science, just the facts, ma'am, searching. I'm gonna ask you, where's your proof? Because I fell out with the program. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I fell out with the program because I chose to have human children and a human life. Kind of half knowing that I had this lover out there, kind of half knowing things were going, wasn't enough for me. If they had truly wanted me to stay, they would have made it more complete for me, but they didn't, because in the end, it wasn't about me. It was about what they could get from me, and they already had it, so what did it matter? Okay, that's the best I can figure, and I'm sure the picture will get more complete as time goes on. I am not the center of the universe. You are not the center of the universe. None of us are. We have a serious problem on our hands. And every time I pick up an actual factual book that's not talking to me about some religious dogma somebody made up or incorporated in, and it's just sticking to the facts, ma'am, the picture is really scary. And Dr. Jacobs he even himself says the picture is so scary he doesn't like to look at the big picture. He just kind of sticks to his subjects. That's scary. This is coming from a man who's been in it for a couple of generations now, who worked with Bud Hopkins, I'm telling you guys, get your head out your ass, quit being lazy, find this book, The Threat by Dr. Jacobs. It's from 1998. Now that I have finished this, I'm going to do one of two things. I'm going to try to get his latest book, and I'm also going to try to get a copy of Masquerade of Angels, because I really want that book by Dr. Carla Turner. And guys, stop and consider, whenever somebody sets aside the religion and the ego and they just look at the facts, they come up with the same picture repeatedly. That's not a coincidence. Open your eyes.